Good morning, students. I am your science teacher, Mrs. Tanuja. In our previous class, we have studied about the chapter number 9, formation of soil, soil profile, and today we will learn about the types of soils. Soil is classified into the following types on the basis of size of the rock particles it contains. The first is sandy soil. This soil contains a large amount of large particles called sand and very small amount of silt and clay particles. See this figure. The features of this soil are, now the first one is sand particles are quite large. They cannot fit closely together, so there are large space between them. These spaces are filled with air, hence we can say that the sandy soil is well aerated. Sandy soil is light. It has tendency to be blown away by wind if left bare. Sandy soil lacks humus, so it less fertile. Sandy soil does not hold water, has less humus and favor soil organisms. Hence, it is not suitable for growing crops. Sandy soil is not sticky and sandy soil is found in deserts. Second type of soil is clayey soil. Clay soils contains mainly clay. It has very little amount of sand and silt in it. See this figure. It also contains some humus. The feature of these soils are, the first one, clay particles being much smaller, packed tightly together, leaving little space for air. So clay soil has little air. The second feature is clay soil has very small and tightly packed clay particles, making it less porous, so it has a very good water holding capacity. Clay soil gets easily waterlogged during the rainy season. The next one is clay soil turns very hard on drying. Clay soil is heavy because it holds more water than the sandy soil. Clay soil is very sticky even. Now the third types of soil is loamy soil. Loamy soil contains an equal amount of sand and clay. It contains silt and humus also. Loamy soils are the best for growing crops because of the following reasons. Loamy soil has the right water holding capacity necessary for the growth of plant due to the presence of clay, the smaller particles in it. Loamy soils contain sufficient amount of humus to provide necessary nutrients for the growing plants. Loamy soil can be plowed easily in the crop field. Now you have understood the three types of soil. The first one is sandy soil, the second clayey soil, and the third one is loamy soil. Let's study the properties of the soil also. The first property is soil contains air. Let's perform one activity to show that the soil contains air. Take some dry garden soil in a beaker. Add water to the beaker and stir the soil and water mixture with a spoon or a glass rod for a while. See this figure. Now what you observe, you see the bubbles coming out the soil. These bubbles are of the air which was present in the spaces between the soil particles. Actually, when you stir the soil with the water, then water enters the space between the soil particles and expels the air present there. The expelled air is seen in the form of bubbles coming out from the soil. Now what is the conclusion? It concludes that the soil contains air present in the space between its particles. Second property is soil contains water or moisture. Let's understand this property with doing this activity. Take some dry garden soil in the glass beaker and cover it with a watch glass. Heat the beaker by using a Bunsen burner. See this figure. What you will observe? You will see that tiny drops of water are performed on the inner side of the watch glass. Actually, when the soil is heated, then water present in it evaporates, forming water vapor or steam. This hot water vapor rises, gets cooled and condenses on the cold inner surface of the watch glass to form tiny water droplets. What is the conclusion now? It means soil contains water or moisture present as the thin invisible film around it. Now the third property is soil allows water to percolate. Soil has space between its particles. When the water is poured over the soil, then some of it gets absorbed in the soil and the rest passes down the soil. The process in which water passes down slowly through the soil is called percolation of water. Okay, now you have understood what is the third property. The third property is soil allows water to percolate. Water can percolate through all types of soil. The percolation rate of water tells us how fast water passes down the soil. The percolation rate of water in a soil is volume of water in millimeter which passes down the soil per minute. See the formula to calculate the percolation rate of water in a soil. The volume of water percolated in soil in millimeter. Time upon time taken for this percolation in minutes. The fourth property is soil can absorb water. Now we know that the soil is porous and has space present in its particles. Due to this, soil can absorb water or retain water. All types of soils, however, do not absorb water to same extent. Some soil absorb more water and some soil absorbs less water. Now the soil and crops. Wind, rainfall, temperature, light and humidity are some of the important climatic factors. The types of soil as well as the climatic factors determine the various types of vegetation and crop that might grow in any region. For paddy, clay soil having a good capacity to retain water is required. And for masoor, you have seen the masoor dal and other pulses. Loamy soil which drains water easily is required. For cotton, sandy and loamy soil which drains water easily and can hold plenty of air is required. And for wheat and gram, clay and loamy soils good at retaining water are required. Now have you understood this chapter? This chapter is completed here. Thank you. Have a